Dear students, good morning all of you. In today's class, I want to clarify your doubts in OFPN and sin theta tan theta problems first. Later we will discuss some problems in AP also. So first let us consider this example. If sin theta is equal to 20 by 29, find tan theta. This is a problem given as homework to you long back. So sin theta is given, we have to find tan theta. So let us consider a right angle triangle here. Sin theta is opposite side by hypotenuse. For theta, this is the angle theta. Opposite side is 20, hypotenuse is 29. So let us take the adjacent side as x. So using Pythagoras theorem, x square plus 20 square is equal to 29 square. Here I have written. Then x square is equal to 29 square minus 20 square, correct. So earlier you used to calculate this like this, 29 into 29 is how much? Minus 20 into 20 is 400, like that you have to calculate. You have calculated earlier. But this is more easier method. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So 29 plus 20 into 29 minus 20. So 29 plus 20 is 49, 29 minus 20 is 9, 49 into 9. 40 can be written as 7 square, 9 can be written as 3 square. So 7 into 3 whole square, that is 21 whole square. So x square is equal to 21 whole square means x is equal to 21. So we will put adjacent side here 21. Therefore tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. So tan theta is equal to 20 by 21. So let us consider another example. Cos theta is given, find tan theta. Cos theta is what? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So in the diagram for theta I have taken the adjacent side as 77, the hypotenuse as 85. So let the opposite side be x. So now consider the Pythagoras theorem. X square plus 77 square is equal to 85 square here. So x square is equal to 85 square minus 77 square. Okay. Afterwards you are writing, all of you are writing a plus b into a minus b, that is 85 plus 77 into 85 minus 77. All of you are now following the easier method. But what is 85 plus 77? 162. 85 minus 77, 8. And after this, instead of writing it like this, see, this is x square. So we should try to write right hand side 162 into 8 as a perfect square. 162 is not a perfect square. So let us write it as 81 into 2, where 81 is a perfect square. So into 8 as usual, this 8. But this 2 into 8 is 16. So 81 into 16. So 81 is a perfect square, 9 square. 16 is a perfect square, 4 square. So 9 into 4 whole square, so 36 square. So x is equal to, implies x is equal to 36. So some students here at this stage 162 into 8, okay, they are going forward and writing it as 1296. Well, they are multiplying. So that is not the correct method. The easier method is writing the factors on the right hand side as a product of two perfect squares. So this is the correct method, easier method. I don't say this is wrong method, but it is a lengthy method. This is more easy, is it not? So students must note this. So after getting x equal to 36, we will put x equal to 36. Tan theta is opposite side by adjacent side is 36 by 77. We can get the answer easily. Next, sin theta is 55 by 73. Find tan theta. So here in this diagram, sin theta 55 by 73. 55 is opposite side, 73 is hypotenuse. Let the adjacent side be x. Pythagoras theorem. X square plus 55 square is equal to 73 square. So x square is equal to 73 square minus 55 square. 73 plus 55 into 73 minus 55. So 128 into 18. So here some students are going forward like this. 128 into 18 is 2304. That is not the easier method. The easier method is writing 128 into 18 as perfect squares. So write 128 as 64 into 2. 18 only. So 64 into, this 2 into 18 can be written as 36. 64 is a perfect square, 36 is also a perfect square. So 8 square into 6 square. 8 into 6 whole square. 48 square. So x square is equal to 48 square means x is equal to 48. So x is equal to 48. If I put here in the diagram, then tan theta opposite side by adjacent side is 55 by 48. So I think now you understand how to proceed. Is it not easier method? Try to write it as product of two perfect squares. That is always better. So many of you have done that, but some students are still following this lengthy method. So I want to correct them. Okay. Next. Show that there are no OFPN. Show that there are no OFPN with characteristic 4. This is one of the problems in the homework. What are OFPN? Do you remember? Let me remind you what are OFPN once again. OFPN, they should satisfy 4 conditions. What are they? ABC are called OFPN. If they satisfy the 4 conditions, they should belong to the set of natural numbers. ABC must be natural numbers. And next, a square plus b square is equal to c square. If any numbers satisfy these 2 conditions, then we call them Pythagorean numbers. Okay. Next, third condition is a less than b less than c. That is ordered numbers. Next, 4. They have no common factors. No common factors. Other than 1, of course. Other than 1. That means they should be co-prime. Co-prime means no common factors except 1. So this condition for ordered Pythagorean numbers, and this is for fundamental Pythagorean numbers. So if any 3 numbers ABC satisfy all these 4 conditions, they are called OFPN. So here in this problem we have to show that there are no OFPN with the characteristic 4. So we'll proceed, we'll start like this. let ABC be OFPN with characteristic 4. Suppose there are numbers ABC with characteristic 4 which are OFPN. Okay, let us assume like that. Then, because they are OFPN, A square plus B square must be equal to C square. And what is the definition of a characteristic? C minus B. Here C minus B, greatest number minus the next smallest number. That is called the characteristic of the OFPN. So, C minus B is equal to 4. So, from this equation A square plus B square is equal to C square, we can write C square minus B square is equal to A square. Factorizing C plus B into C minus B is equal to A square. But because C minus B is equal to 4, I can put that value of C minus B here, 4. Now, take this 4 to the right hand side. C plus B is equal to A square by 4. Up to here, everybody is writing correctly. Afterwards, you see in this red color what I have written. Everybody is writing like this, which is not correct. A square by 4, C plus B is equal to A square by 4 implies everybody is writing A is a multiple of 4, so A is equal to 4m. That is not correct. Why A square by 4 must be integer first of all? Because A, B, C are natural numbers, is it not? What is the left hand side? C plus B. A natural number plus another natural number. So it must be a natural number. That means A square by 4 must be a natural number. It should not be a fraction. Suppose A is equal to 3, what happens? 3 square 9 by 4, 9 by 4. 9 by 4 is not a natural number, it is a fraction. Therefore, A must be what? A need not be multiple of 4, A must be a multiple of 2. If A is a multiple of 2, then in A square you will get 4, is it not? 4 is in the denominator. So, 4, A need not contain 4. If it contains 2, that is enough. Then A square will contain 4 and the denominator 4 gets cancelled. So, that is the point you should note. Every student is writing like this. A is a multiple of 4. No, that is not correct. A is a multiple of 2 is correct. So, let A is equal to 2m. If A is a multiple of 2, then A is equal to 2m means where m can be any natural number. Even or odd, whatever it may be. Whatever may be m, the 2m is even, is it not? 2m is even. So, m can be any natural number, A is equal to m. So, I am putting that A is equal to m in this place, A square. So, C plus B is equal to 2m whole square here by 4. 4m square by 4, m square. Is it not? If A contains 1, 2, that is enough. In A square, 4 will be there and that 4 can cancel out the denominator. So, C plus B is equal to m square. And again I am taking this C minus B is equal to 4 here. So, these two equations C plus B is equal to m square and C minus B is equal to 4, I am adding them. So, 2C is equal to m square plus 4, C is equal to m square plus 4 by 2. So, what can you conclude at this stage? 2C is equal to m square plus 4. C is a natural number, so left hand side 2C is an even number, 2 into C. Therefore, right hand side m square plus 4 must be an even number. 4 is an even number. Therefore, m square must be an even number. Therefore, m must be even. See, earlier we thought that m can be any natural number. But there is a restriction now. M cannot be any natural number. It must be even natural number. That we have concluded. Now, same these two equations I have subtracted here. C plus B, C minus B. If you subtract, you will get what? 2B. Right hand side, m square minus 4. M square. So, dividing by 2, m square minus 4 by 2. Here also, 2b is equal to m square minus 4 means left hand side 2b is even, right hand side must be even. Therefore, m must be even. So that m square is even, even minus 4 is even. So m must be even. Already we have decided that m is even. So dividing by 2 you get b is equal to m square minus 4 by 2. M square minus 4 by 2. Now because m is even, let us take m as 2k. Then what about a? A is 2m here and m is 2k. Therefore, a is equal to 4k. Next, b is equal to m is 2k, is it not? If you put m is equal to 2k here 2k whole square, 4k square minus 4 by 2, 2k square minus 2, 2 common, 2 into k square minus 1. Similarly, m equal to 2k if you put here in this equation, m equal to 2k. Here in this equation you put 2k whole square is 4k square plus 4 by 2. 4k square plus 4 by 2 is what? 2k square plus 2. So 2 common. So you will get 2 into k square plus 1. Now see the values of a, b, c. A is equal to 4k. B is equal to 2 into k square minus 1. C is equal to 2 into k square plus 1. What do you notice here? In all the three numbers, 2 is a common factor. 2 is a common factor. That means what? They are not OFPN because one of the conditions of OFPN is no common factors other than 1. But here in ABC you find 2 as common factor. So therefore these numbers cannot be OFPN. If you remove the 2, what happens? Divide by 2, you will get a is equal to 2k, b is equal to k square minus 1. Okay, a is equal to 2k. If you remove that common factor, b is equal to k square minus 1, c is equal to k square plus 1. What are these? These are Pythagorean numbers with characteristic what? C is equal to k square plus 1. These are Pythagorean numbers with characteristic 2. See the difference, k square plus 1 minus k square minus 1. Is it not 2? So, these are not Pythagorean numbers with characteristic 4. These are Pythagorean numbers with characteristic 2 only. So, what we are doing here by taking a is equal to 4k, b is equal to this and c is equal to this is we are taking Pythagorean numbers with characteristic 2 and we are multiplying them by 2 so that the characteristic becomes 4. But the common factor is not allowed for OFPN. Therefore, there are no OFPN with characteristic 4. Let us see the next example. Show that there are no OFPN with characteristic 6. Characteristic 6 also there are no OFPN. So we will proceed in the same way. Let ABC so let we have to show that there are no OFPN with characteristic 6. Okay. Let us assume that there are OFPN with characteristic 6. Let them be ABC. Let ABC be OFPN with characteristic 6. As usual, we will proceed with the first equation. A square plus B square is equal to C square, and characteristic is 6 means C minus B is equal to 6. So first equation can be written as C square minus B square is equal to A square. Next step is also same, C plus B into C minus B is equal to A square. So in place of C minus B, we are putting this 6, okay, here. So C plus B is equal to A square by 6. Up to here, every student is writing correctly. But after that, every student I have seen, all the students are writing A square by 6 is a natural number, implies A must be a multiple of 6. Correct. That is correct here. What you have written is correct. Because 6 is what? 2 into 3. So in the denominator, 2 into 3 are there here. Left hand side, C plus B is a positive integer, because OFPN means ABC are positive integers, B plus C is also a positive integer. Okay. So therefore, left hand side is a positive integer, means A square by 6 also must be positive integer. Denominator 6 contains 2 and 3. So A square also must contain 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are prime numbers. So A must contain 2 and 3 both. Okay. So A is equal to 6m is correct in this case. If you put A is equal to 6m, where m is any natural number, m can be any natural number. If A is equal to 6m, if we put here A square by 6, 36m square by 6, so 6m square. C plus B is equal to 6m square. C minus B I am taking from here 6. Now adding them. 2c is equal to 6 into m square plus 1. So c is equal to 3 into m square plus 1, dividing by 2. Okay. Now the same two equations, if I subtract one from the other here, I will get this. 2b is equal to 6m square minus 6 means 6 into m square minus 1. So b is equal to 3 into m square minus 1. Now what are the values of a, b, c? A is equal to 6m here. And b is what? Here I have written 3 into m square minus 1. Where is c? C is equal to here. That is 3 into m square plus 1. What do you notice here? 3 is a common factor. A is equal to 6m, b is equal to 3 into m square minus 1, c is equal to 3 into m square plus 1. So 3 is a common factor. Therefore, they cannot be OFPN. What happens if you remove that common factor 3? You will get A is equal to 2m, B is equal to m square minus 1, and C is equal to m square plus 1. What is the characteristic here? C minus B? C minus B is 2. So these are the numbers with the characteristic 2. So what we are doing here is, we are taking the numbers, Pythagorean numbers with characteristic 2, and we are multiplying by 3, so that the characteristic becomes 6. But multiplying by 3 is not allowed, so there should not be any common factor. Therefore, there are no OFPN with characteristic 6. Right, next one. Find all OFPN with characteristic 8. So, as usual, let ABC be the OFPN with characteristic 8. A square plus B square is equal to C square, C minus B is equal to 8. C square minus B square is equal to A square. C plus B into C minus B is equal to A square. C minus B is equal to 8, I am putting here, okay, in this place. So c plus b is equal to a square by 8. Here at this stage, many students, almost all the students are writing a square by 8 is an integer, implies a must be a multiple of 8, so a is equal to 8m. That is not correct. That is not correct. See, left hand side of c and b are positive numbers, positive integers, so therefore c plus b must be a positive integer, okay. Therefore a square by 8 must be positive integer, okay. So in a square, what is 8? 8 is equal to 2 cube. For a square by 8 must be a positive integer, it should not be a fraction. That means a square should contain 2 cube. So a need not contain 2 cube. A, if it contains 2 square, it is enough. Is it not? So a is equal to 2 square into m, 4m, that is correct. If a is equal to 4m, what happens to a square? A square is equal to 16m square. 16m square by 8 is equal to m square. This denominator 8 gets cancelled. So a need not be 8m, it can be 4m also. Okay, so this is the correct one. So a is equal to 4m, where m is any natural number. So a is equal to 4m if you take here 16m square by 8, 2m square. So c plus b is equal to m square, where m is any natural number. C minus b from here I take here, c minus b is equal to 8. Adding them, I get 2 into m square plus 4, dividing by 2, c is equal to m square plus 4. Similarly, subtracting these equations, I get 2b is equal to 2 into m square minus 4, so b is equal to m square minus 4. So I have taken a table. M is a natural number. M can be any natural number, so I am giving values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, go on. So a is equal to 4m. Where? Here. From here I have taken a is equal to 4m here. B is equal to m square minus 4 I have taken from here. And c is equal to m square plus 4 I have taken from here. And give the values m equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. In the first case, the Pythagorean numbers are 4, minus 3, 5. But negative numbers are not allowed, so it is not correct. Second case, I get Pythagorean numbers, you get 8, 0, 8, but 0 is not allowed, so we can remove this. Third one, 12, 5, 13. These should be removed. Why? There is a condition for ordered Pythagorean numbers, a less than b less than c, 12 less than 5 less than 13. That is not correct. These are actually 5, 12, 13. For 5, 12, 13, the characteristic is 1, not 8. If you write to 5, 12, 13 as 12, 5, 8 and say 13 minus 5 is equal to 8, that is not correct. First you have to put the numbers in the order. So therefore there is no order here, these are not OFPN. Similarly here, 16, 12, 20, there is a common factor 4. So these are not correct. So the first numbers with characteristic 8, the smallest numbers with characteristic 8 are 20, 21, 29. Next one, again here we have a common factors, is it not? So that should be removed. Common factor is not allowed, so they are not allowed. So next again you get correct OFPN, 28, 45, 53. So with 20, 21, 29, the list is starting characteristic 8, and next with 28, next with 20 plus 8, is it not 28? Then you will get with 36, next plus 8, 44, so on. You get infinite number of OFPN. Next, find all OFPN with characteristic 9. Same method. A square plus b square is equal to c square, c minus b is equal to 9. C square minus b square is equal to a square, c plus b into c minus b is equal to a square. C minus b I have put 9 here, c plus b is equal to a square by 9. After this, all the students, many of the students, almost all, they are writing a must be a multiple of 9. That is not correct. That is not correct. So, a square must contain 3 square. 9 is 3 square. Therefore, if a contains 3, that is enough. So, a must be a multiple of 3. So, let a be 3m, where m can be any real number. So, this is correct. A need not be 9m, a can be 3m. If a is equal to 3m, what is a square? 9m square. What is 9m square by 9? M square. So, c plus b is equal to m square. C minus b, from here I have put 9. So, 2c is equal to m square plus 9, adding the two equations. But 2c what? It is an even number, because c is a natural number, even number. Therefore, m square plus 9 should be even number. But 9 is odd. Therefore, m square must be odd. Therefore, m is odd. So, this is important. M must be odd. So, dividing by 2, I get c is equal to m square plus 9 by 2. Now, same two equations, if I subtract, I will get 2b is equal to m square minus 9, and dividing by 2, I get m square minus 9 by 2. And again same argument here. 2b is an even number, therefore m square minus 9 must be even. 9 is odd, therefore m square must be odd, so m must be odd. So here m must be odd is correct even from this equation also. Now I have put a table. M must be odd. Here we have seen, so I have written m must be odd here. A is equal to 3m. Where? From here. A is equal to 3m. B is equal to m square minus 9 by 2. From here I have written here. And C is equal to m square plus 9 by 2. From here I have put m square plus 9 by 2. So, because m is odd, I am giving only odd values. See, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Odd values only you should give. Otherwise, what happens if you give even values? The values of b and c will be fractions. So, that is not allowed, is it not? They must be natural numbers. So, if I give values, so first one we cannot accept because negative number minus 4 is there. So, they are not OFPN. Second one also not acceptable because 0 is not allowed. 0 is not a natural number. So, here third one, why we are not accepting? A less than B less than C, that is ordered Pythagorean, that condition is violated. 15 less than 8 less than 17. 15 less than 8 is not correct. So, that is why these are not allowed. So, next. (21, 20, 29). So, here also these are not allowed because A less than B less than C. 21 less than 20. That is not correct, is it not? So, that is why these are also not allowed. Next, why the next ones are not allowed? I have put into marks on the left side. You see, they are not allowed. They are not correct. They are not correct OFPN. Why these are not allowed? 9 is a common factor. 9 into 3, 9 into 4, 9 into 5. That is why they are not allowed. So, the first correct ones you will get here. 33, 56, 65. So, all the 4 conditions of OFPN are satisfied. No common factors. A less than B less than C. Everything is satisfied. So, you will get it. Next, 13. M equal to 13 also you will get correct numbers. 39, 80, 89. These are also OFPN with characteristic what? 9. Next, here these are not allowed because 9 is a common factor. 15th one, you see, with m equal to 15, the numbers are 45, 108, 117. They are not allowed because 9 is a common factor. This is 9 into 5, this is 9 into 12, that is 9 into 13. That means we have taken the numbers, Pythagorean numbers 5, 12, 13 with characteristic 1. Then we have multiplied by 9, 45, 108, 117 to make the characteristic 9. But multiplying by any number, the common factor will come and it is not allowed. So these are not allowed. So next one, with m equal to 17, you get 51, 140, 149. These are acceptable. So like this, there are infinite number of OFPN with characteristic 9. Next, I want to clarify some doubts of the students expressed in WhatsApp and other messages. One student asked this question from our assignment only. The question is, let A1, A2, A3 so on, A1, A2, A3 so on be an AP of positive real numbers. Then then 1 by root A1 plus root A2 plus 1 by root A2 plus root A3 plus so on up to 1 by root AN minus 1 plus root AN is equal to what? This is a question given in the assignment. So one student has asked, we are sending the solutions. You will get the solutions. I think yesterday they have sent the solutions. So you can see the solutions. We have given detailed solutions where all your doubts will be cleared. But anyhow, this being a typical problem, I want to explain in the class also. Take the left hand side. First term. What I am doing is, I am multiplying numerator and denominator by root A2 minus root A1. Root A2 minus root A1. Just I am multiplying in the numerator and also in the denominator here. So I have put this factor in the numerator, same factor I have put in the denominator. Already something is there in the denominator. It is what? Root A1 plus root A2. That I have written here as root A2 plus root A1. That is correct. In the similarly, the second term, this term, I am multiplying both numerator and denominator by this quantity. You see, root A3 minus root A2 I have put extra. Similarly, last term, this term, I am multiplying by this quantity, root AN minus root AN minus 1, both in the numerator and denominator. Now what happens in the denominator in each term? You see, this denominator is in the form A plus B into A minus B, A square minus B square, root A2 whole square minus root A1 whole square. So it is A2 minus A1. Similarly, here also, root A3 plus root A2 into root A3 minus root A2 is A3 minus A2. Similarly, in the last term, A plus B into A minus B, A square minus B square, using that you will get AN minus 1. So, but A1, A2, A3 are in AP. See, original question you see. Then what is the common difference? D. Let D be the common difference. Common difference is A2 minus A1 or A3 minus A2, or if you have A4 here, A4 minus A3. So therefore all these are common differences. A2 minus A1 is D. A3 minus A2 is also D. Similarly, An minus the previous term An minus 1 is also D. So therefore, in the denominator D is common. So I have taken 1 by D common outside. So in the bracket, I will get only the numerators, root A2 minus root A1. Similarly, here root A3 minus root A2 here, here and here. And similarly, here only numerator I will get in the bracket. But now you see root A2 minus root A2, they get cancelled. First part with the first part of a bracket with the second part of the next bracket. Similarly, this first part will cancel out with the second part. Similarly, for the previous bracket, the first part will cancel out with the second bracket here. So what will remain is, here root An will remain at the end. In the beginning, minus root A1 will remain. That's all. So 1 by D into root An minus root A1. Only two terms will remain in the bracket. So this I am multiplying by both numerator and denominator by this quantity, root An plus root A1. So that in the numerator now you will get A minus B into A plus B, A square minus B square. So you will get An minus A1 in the numerator. Denominator, of course, this D and this factor. Okay. But what is An minus A1? It is n minus 1 into D. I will explain here. Here I will explain. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, so on. What is A2 minus A1? D. What is A3 minus A1? 2D. What is A4 minus A1? 3D. So A4 minus A1, 3D. A4 minus A1 is not 4D but 3D. So A5 minus A1, it is not 5D but 4D. So similarly, An minus A1 is not ND but n minus 1 into D. So denominator D and numerator D, that get cancelled. So you will get the answer as n minus 1 by root An plus root A1. That is option B is correct. Option B is correct. Next, this is question number 18 from our assignment. A student has asked to explain this problem. What is this problem? Let us see. The fourth power of common difference of an AP with integer entries. That means all the terms of the AP are integers. The fourth power of common difference of AP is added to the product of any four consecutive terms of it. Then the resultant is. First, before considering a general case, let us consider two simple examples. Let us consider this AP with common difference 3. 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 3, 10. Common difference is 3. Now he says that fourth power of common difference of AP. So fourth power of common difference means 3 power 4. Is added to what? The product of any four consecutive terms. Let us take these four consecutive terms and take their product. So 1 into 4 into 7 into 10. So 3 power 4 is 81 and 1 into 4 into 7 into 10 is 280. Adding them you get 361, which is equal to 19 square. So which is a perfect square? So the options of the question, if you see, one option is there. It is a perfect square. Another option, perfect square plus 1. Something like that, some options are given. Here we can see that it is a perfect square. Let us consider one more example. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Here the common difference is clearly 2. Fourth power of the common difference means 2 power 4 plus product of any 4 consecutive terms. Let us take 3, 5, 7, 9, the consecutive terms of the AP, their product. 2 power 4 is 16 and 5 into 3, 15 into 7, 105, 105 into 9. So 16 plus 945, you get 961, which is equal to 31 square, again a perfect square. Therefore, the answer must be a perfect square. But let us give the general proof. So already you know that if 4 consecutive terms, if you want to take in an AP, it is better to take them as what? A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D. This already I have explained in a class. If 3 terms are to be taken in an AP, you take them as A minus D, A plus D. If 4 terms are to be considered in an AP, it is better to take the numbers in this form I have already explained. So let these be 4 consecutive terms of an AP. What is the common difference? It is not D, it is 2D. This minus this or this minus this, you can see it is 2D. Okay. Now what he says is 4th power of the common difference, 2D power 4, plus product of any 4 consecutive terms of the AP. This is the product. So 2D power 4 is 16D power 4. The first factor into last factor, A square minus 9D square. Product of middle 2 factors, A square minus D square. So if you expand it, you will get it like this. Here 16D power 4 you will get, and here 9D power 4 minus 9D square, so 9D power 4. 16D power 4. So adding you get 25D power 4. So this is the product you are going to get. But this can be easily written as A square minus 5D square whole square. So whole square you are getting. So if you conclude that it is a perfect square, is it sufficient to prove that there is a square here? So it is a perfect square. So it is not sufficient. I will explain. See, a perfect square means inside it must be a positive integer. Suppose 7 is there, I will write it as root 7 whole square, because I will close this root 7, I will close this root 7 like this, close it, I will show you this 2 and say that it is a perfect square. Is 7 a perfect square? No. So 49 is a perfect square, 7 square. So inside the square must be there, okay, but inside there must be an integer. It should not be irrational like root 7 or a fraction. So the proof is not complete. We have to show that A square minus 5D square is an integer. It is not a fraction or irrational number. So therefore, let us consider A square minus 5D square. Write it as A square minus D square minus 4D square. But A square minus D square can be written as A plus D into A minus D. Minus 4D square it is written as 2D whole square. But what are A plus D and A minus D? A plus D and A minus D, you see that they are 2 terms of the AP. And in the problem he has clearly mentioned that it is an AP with integer entries. That means all the terms are integers. That means A minus D and A plus D both are integers. So A plus D is an integer and A minus D is an integer. So integer into integer. Minus 2D is nothing but what? Common difference. Common difference. If all the terms are integers, what is common difference? A term minus previous term. This is an integer, the previous term also an integer, so the difference must be an integer. Therefore, 2D common difference is also integer, integer whole square. Integer into integer is an integer, minus integer square is an integer. So integer minus integer is an integer. Therefore 5a square minus 5d square is an integer. Therefore we can conclude that it is a perfect square. So thank you. That's all for today. In the next class we'll discuss some more problems from the test. On Friday there will be a test, so some important problems from the test will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.